So anyway, hi guys. We are now live at 8 o'clock. So I see there's people here already. Some people were here by 7:30, waiting for you to come.
Wow. So they're like all excited.
Yes, they are excited to see you,
The cat the
and
cat is excited.
oh, you know what?
Hi
My
cat.
cat is always here. Last time I did this, someone also said, "Oh, there's a cat."
That's quite fun.
hmm Anyway, so hi guys, hi everyone. Uh, this our hang on. Okay. So our guest for tonight is none other than Jian Yang from Singapore.
Hello.
Here.
Hey.
Let me try a smaller version. There you go. It's better.
Okay, good, good. I feel like I should
Okay.
lean back so my head's the same size as yours.
Okay. All
There, see now
right.
we're
All right.
balanced.
Okay. So now let's start. Let's start. Tell
All
us about
right.
yourself first.
Wow, what can I say? I mean, okay, so professionally I'm in advertising. So I'm an ad guy. I've been an ad guy for 20 years. So yes, I'm
Mhm.
I'm 40 years old. Um
It's okay.
but yeah,
Don't
so
look
I
like
think
it.
so that's the life side of me. But then I think, you probably know this, but I'm Asia's largest collector of Barbie dolls. So Asia Book of Records, all of that. Got about
Okay.
12,000 dolls. But I haven't counted in a while, honestly.
Okay. 12,000. That's a lot.
12,000, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't even fit like 100 in my house. You have
You
12,000.
can
Are they
you can. It's
are
really
they
it's
all
really how
boxed?
you, how you compact them. Because like if you look behind me, right, a lot of them
Uh-huh.
are like leaned up against each other, so they don't even need
Yes.
stands. And like
Yeah.
that showcase is about $6 to $8 deep. So what you see is actually just the front layer.
hmm
It's the dolls that I like at the moment, but there's like 6 layers, 8 layers of
Okay.
dolls in there. So they rotate. I'm currently
Wow.
I'm currently in a thousands, in a early 2000s mood. So all of those have
Really?
come out. Yeah.
How long does it take you to like get what you need from all that?
Well, I think the good thing about staying at home these few months actually is being able to sort of look around and see things
For
that you've never
sure.
seen, you haven't seen in a while. I moved into the house about 8 years ago, and there's
Mhm.
stuff that's in there that's still the same way it was 8 years ago. So it's
Wow.
actually a good time for me to come and like reshuffle everything.
How often do you dust your dolls normally?
I the fun thing is I play with them often enough for it to not get dusty. So like
Wow.
some like I'll go to this shelf and then I'll go to that shelf and I'll go to the other shelf. So the rotation prevents the dust.
Okay. Okay. Hang on. So to date, you said you have about 12,000 dolls, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what are the lines that you actually collect
Oof. Okay,
besides
so
Barbie?
concentration. The concentration is on Barbie because I think she's the one that started it all. I like them, but I think if you look behind, there's also Blythe, there's Monster High, there's Bratz, there's I don't even know. I'm there's Tulip, there's Momoko, there's Jenny and Lika.
Oh.
Yeah, whole bunch of them. Fuller, because I used to live in the Middle East,
hmm
and Fuller dolls were a lot more available than Barbie was. So I've got like
Mm.
maybe 200 Fullers.
So you had to actually bring all of the dolls from there.
Yes, yes, 41 boxes with no furniture.
Oh my goodness.
I counted.
Wow.
I counted.
Wow.
And this is after giving away all the rubbish dolls to my friends.
Oh my. Oh
Yeah.
my. It's good to be your friend.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's like people come here and I've got like little post-its on dolls that say extra, and like
Oh
their
my.
their kids will be like, "Oh, that's cute," and I'll be like, "Here, take
Oh my. It would be fun to go to your house then.
it." Yeah, yeah, it is a fun place. I mean, I always try to entertain in the house, and there's a dining room, but everybody just
Hmm.
comes to the living room, and then that's where we stay.
Okay, so most of your dolls are in your living room.
The house is built around the dolls, so I don't want to say like I have a room of dolls. I actually
Hmm.
have a house that is built around the dolls, to
Okay.
the point that you can even see that the shelves are the right height for a doll, so everything was customized to fit the doll. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow. All right. So why Barbie dolls? I mean, why of all the lines that you actually collect and you like, why Barbie?
It well, I think she was the one that started the whole thing because when I was a kid, I actually started this in 1984, and I remember that because Great Shape Barbie was my first doll,
Mm-hmm.
and she was released in 1984. She was under a Christmas tree. My sister's was 1 year old at the time, so I don't know who the hell bought a 1 year old a doll, but but it was under the Christmas tree. So obviously, a 1 year old wasn't going to open all the presents, but the 5 year
Mm-hmm.
old was going to sit under the tree and open everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my He Man, I had my Transformers, I had my Star
Mm-hmm.
Wars, I had all the
Mm-hmm.
toys that came out of the Christmas boxes. But then there was this
Yes.
one toy that was a Barbie that was, in a 5 year old's eyes, right? It looks like another toy, and
Yes.
and I sort of outgrew my Transformers and my Star Wars as the years went by. But I think the
Do you still
Barb
have them?
yeah, I do. I do. So
Wow.
and I'm a serial completist. So like
Okay.
my
Okay.
He-Man, I would have Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain and all the figures that went into each one of them. I've got a
Wow.
I've got my old Star Wars with Darth Vader, but in the movie there are like 20 stormtroopers. So
Mm-hmm.
my Darth Vader has 20 stormtroopers.
Wow. Where do you put
Yeah.
all those?
Well, everything rotates. So I think I've moved out of my parents' house. So my
Mm-hmm.
parents' house still has a whole bunch of my toys.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with all this media attention on the dolls, right? I think the media still does call for interviews. So when they come to this house, I think what they want is the doll
The,
wall.
the doll wall.
So
Yes.
I just pander to that a bit. But I mean, if you can see, look, like there, Optimus Prime is still on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my Year of the Dragon Optimus. He's still there.
Nice.
I love him.
Nice. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. So what I was saying, right, is that I think
Yes. Go ahead.
as you outgrow the boys' toys, I think Barbie has somehow managed to keep her relevance because as a teenager when you're trying to be cool, and then there was like, at the time, I suppose what would be the equivalent of what was it? It was like Gone with the Wind and Marilyn
Mm-hmm.
Monroe's and all of those that
Mm-hmm.
came out,
Yes.
and to me that was still relevant, it was still interesting to me as a teenager, so I bought those. So those are the
Okay.
toys that I bought, but then Star Wars just disappeared for a while. So you lose interest in Star Wars, you lose
Yeah.
interest in Transformers until 2002 when Transformers number one came out again. Then there was this
Mm-hmm.
resurgence in Transformers, but I think
Yes.
Barbie's always just managed to be relevant, from pop culture to fashion to the dolls from the movies, dolls from TV shows, like everything from Clueless to Beverly Hills
Correct. Correct.
90210 to like
Correct.
even
They
now,
always have a rendition of it.
yeah. So like Wonder Woman 84, the dolls are gonna come out. So I think there's always this churn of interestingness that happens
Mm-hmm.
in the Barbie world.
Okay. Yes, that's right. That's right. Have you ever been mocked for loving dolls?
Surprisingly, no. So I always, I like this because everyone that asks the question is like
Of
trying to
course,
get some
yes.
dramatic childhood abuse stories, or like
Yes.
father throws you out of the house, and like sexual abuse by school bullies and blah blah blah. But actually, no, nothing at all. So if I mean, even now, right, you can see that I'm just very conversational and very like la 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 la.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really, it's never been something that I hid, but it's not something that I ever needed to justify. if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Wow.
So it's just kind of like this,
So your
yeah,
parents never
my
said
toy.
like, "Oh, you're a boy. You can't play with dolls."
No, because the doll lived with other boys' toys. And
Okay.
Ninja Turtles had April O'Neil, but mine had a whole harem. Uh, yeah, and I think there was nothing not normal about that. It just happens
Okay.
that the figure was different. Um,
All
but
right.
yeah, my Barbies were going out with my GI Joes. They'd be in the garden. They'd be in the drains. It's not like I was playing date games with dolls and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, life in the dream house. I don't do shit like that. So I don't have play sets and doll houses and cars.
Do you actually watch Barbie shows, the
Uh,
movies?
Not really, not really. Sometimes I do to get context of the dolls
Mm-hmm.
because if you watch those, right, it's always Barbie playing someone else. So like in some Swan Lake thing, her name would be Annalise, and then she'd have a sister called something else. But
Mm.
if you look at the doll, you're like, it's Barbie and Teresa. Yeah. So no, I actually don't enjoy the
The
Mattel
movies.
Entertainment so much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is your most favorite Barbie?
There is no answer to that question. I think
Well, how about like a Barbie that has the most sentimental value to you?
y- mm,
Like one that you can ever let go. If the world collapses, I need to bring this doll with me or be with me in that island.
yeah, no, I think it's not that way. So going back, like if you I'm sure at some point you'll touch on the flushable fashion. So what I've been
Mm,
doing recently is I'm making doll clothes out of toilet paper,
mm,
and when I travel, I only travel with one doll. So if I'm away on a 10-day holiday, that one doll wears 10 different clothes, and I throw away all of those clothes because I think that it served its purpose. It's been photographed,
mm-hmm,
people on Instagram have liked it. It's
mm-hmm.
enough. So I don't think that God forbid, house burning down. I don't know if there's a doll that I would go after
Like
because
go in
even
the burning house and
yeah,
oh,
no,
I
no,
gotta get this doll.
yeah, because like my first doll is not even my real first doll because that was
Mhm,
given away long ago. So and I guess the good thing about being internet famous is
mhm.
that is that people always call you to try to make you buy collections
Yeah, I was just gonna ask about that. Like now
so
that
so often.
you've become famous online, what is like the most absurd thing that's happened to you with that?
there's a bunch of these stories, but I think the point to that is if people are always coming, basically offering you dolls like here's my old collection, what would you like from it? And you
Yeah.
are basically naming your price because these people don't want these dolls anymore.
Hmm.
Then I think everything is replaceable. Everything. Everyone's like, oh, the Moschino doll can't be found anymore. Sophia Webster
Hmm.
can't be found anymore. But you're like, nope, I know who I am. She will be made available.
Eventually, they would come up.
Yeah, yeah,
Eventually, eventually.
yeah.
All right, all
So
right. Is there a particular like Barbie line that you really really love? Like right now they released the BMR line. So after that, I think they have the Star Wars. So with the previous 3 years, all the collections, is there like a particular line that you said, "Oh, I really really love this line. I have to complete this set. I have
there,
to
there,
run over the store."
there were a few. I think Ladies of the 80s was very fun for me. Cindy Lauper, Debbie Harry, Joan Jett.
Mm,
I like things like that where it's a bit pop culture. It's not traditionally pretty dolls and pretty dresses.
mm.
Yeah, so I mean Joan Jett, man. So yeah,
All
so
right,
that
all right.
that one, and I actually like all the Hollywood ones.
Hollywood ones, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
So did you actually like? Do you actually have all the celebrity dolls?
yes, every single one.
Every single one. Amazing. Is there a doll that got away from you? Like, I cannot find this for the life of me.
um, it, yes, yes, but also I think I don't know. It's like because Okay, so for example, Zack Posen, the
Mm,
doll. Have you seen that one with the blue dress
mm,
and
mm,
Zack
mm,
Posen
yes,
himself?
yes, yes,
The
yes.
doll was available. I saw it. I didn't like it, so
All
I
right.
didn't buy it.
Okay.
Now there may be some regrets, but then
Okay.
I also tell
Like the
myself like
regret
if yeah, but if I didn't like it at
at
$200,
first.
why would I like it for $1,000?
That's right.
Yeah, so I can convince myself to say like I didn't like it then, so it's fine.
Okay, but now you're thinking it's kind of nice.
Yeah, yeah, it is because I mean, without going and sort of slamming designers or Mattel's quality at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
look at what the BMR series has become
Mm-hmm.
versus what if you remember things like the Jewel Essence series or the Bob Mackies.
That's right.
Um,
That's
yeah, so the world has changed. Production prices have gone up. Designer talents have changed.
right. Mm-hmm.
So I think the trouble with something like this is that you've only got X number of Mattel designers.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they're going to go into their own space because Bill Greening is very mod and fantasy. Carlisle is a bit more street.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Best is a bit more high end classic,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Totally.
you'll see clusters of what the new designs look like.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes there's like random collections like Essence of Nature series or like the flowers in whatever that
Yes.
series, Flowers in Fashion, right? And those don't really show up anymore because that
Okay.
type of designer doesn't exist in Mattel anymore.
All right. Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think when you look at the new dolls, you just have to appreciate them for what they are in today's context. Because
Mm.
in 1996, we would never see street style BMR type
That's
dolls,
right. That's
right?
right.
When people were actually wearing 90s clothes that look like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think I just accept that.
All right. Is there a particular Barbie mold that you like?
Uh, mm, Yeah, I think when you have this many, right, you can't say that I like one. I
Mm-hmm.
like a bunch of them. I
Mm-hmm.
like the new Carl face. I like
Mm-hmm.
that a lot. I like the Louboutin face. Steffi is
Expensive one.
obviously yeah, yeah. But also I think
Expensive
also
ones.
Steffi is quite nice for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I do fall in love with anything with a nostalgic face, the reproduction phase, which is why I love my silkstone so much.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Yeah.
have all of the silkstones?
No, not really. But again, it's one of those things where some things that you just didn't like back then.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, going into the silkstones, then do you have limited edition dolls?
Yeah. Yeah. A whole bunch of them.
You do. Do you go to conventions?
No, I don't.
You don't.
That's a conversation in itself. I actually, believe it or not, right, while there is a lot of media publicity and I'm very comfortable doing things like this and talking
Mm-hmm.
talking to
Mm-hmm.
people, right, I actually don't enjoy going to conventions. um
Mm.
yeah,
Why?
I think that my passion, my hobby, right, is a very private thing,
Mm-hmm.
despite it being
Despite
all
the
over the internet.
internet.
Uh,
Yes. Despite your house being plastered on the internet.
yeah, it's like people know where my front door is and everything, but like I don't know. I just don't know if I can sit in a room and meet complete strangers and go like and just keep answering questions about stuff because
Ah,
I
okay.
think the dynamic changes, I think, when people know you before you know them.
Mm-hmm.
So if, for example, you didn't see me on the internet before and then you one day find out that, hey, he collects dolls, let's just have
Mm-hmm.
a conversation about them. It's very
Mm-hmm.
different when people have preconceived ideas about what your doll collection is, what you have, what's your favorite, when you started, and they probably know things like, your parents didn't object, blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
blah.
Yes.
And they go
Yes.
straight into a question like that.
Like
And
Like
you're
we're
like, wait,
friends
wait, wait,
forever.
yeah, we haven't met. We're not friends. You can't ask me that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Ah, okay, okay.
yeah, but I think
So
there's also the other half of it where I think I've been very spoiled. But I don't buy anything online. I don't really like buying things online, so I like to see dolls in person before I buy them. Which
mm,
means that when I'm at a convention, I will see things that I've never seen before, and I
mm.
will be that guy that buys every single one.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. So
Ah. So you're
yeah,
gonna
so
be like bringing like 5 boxes of dolls home or something.
if yeah, I think that's a very low estimate. Uh,
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went to New York for the first time as an adult. I've been when I was a kid, but like, now
Mm.
as an adult, right, with spending power and two
Oh no.
suitcases. It was crazy. It was the
How
first
how
the,
much how much dolls did you bring?
okay, so
Oh.
the first one was 27, and that was
Okay.
okay. The second time was 72.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Where did you buy? Toy store? Toy
At
store
the
or
time, yeah,
specialty store?
at the time it was Toys R Us because Toys R Us was available, what, 6 years ago? It
Uh-huh,
was,
uh-huh.
yeah, it was there. I actually I made friends with everybody in Toys R Us because I shopped so much.
So you were there every day.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah,
Oh my. Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well,
I, s-
I mean,
I saw Toys R Us on day one. I saw the Statue of Liberty on day three. So that was my priority.
your itinerary. Okay. Okay. Wait, so in Singapore, I mean, I've been to Singapore. There's
Hmm.
really not much in the toy store that are more on collectors. They're more on like playline dolls. Where do you
Yeah,
buy
so
from there?
that's in the department stores, but
Yes.
there are three specialty shops. Now there's only one left, but I think
Hmm.
the everyone that deals dolls in Singapore knows me. Everyone, because the country is very small, right?
That's right.
So
That's right.
yeah, so I'm and sometimes I become really really Chinese and I shop on the phone because my friends, these people just text me and they're like, got new shipment,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
someone trying to sell this, or someone's looking to sell this, or blah blah blah,
Yes,
and
yes.
like, big picture of box condition.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you buy multiples of one doll?
yeah,
You do?
I do. There's part of me that okay, so like I started by saying I'm in advertising. A lot of what excites me about these is the box art. I like
Mm,
how the box art captures certain eras. So
that's
remember the 80s, everything was drawn and there was a certain style to the superstar
that's right.
Barbie face. And
That's
then
right.
there was a period with when the Hollywood ones were launched, or the city seasons, where
Hmm.
they would do elaborate dioramas and photograph them so that becomes the back of the
Yes,
box.
that's
And then
right.
now everything's like digital, so things also change.
Hmm.
Descriptions, copywriting wise, the descriptions have changed. So before
Hmm.
they'll write like some fantasy story about Barbie coming down the stairs as a man looks at her and she blah blah blah, and now it's like describing the dress.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Or what kind of body does this doll have? You know.
yeah, that kind of stuff. This face, this skin color, blah blah
Hmm.
blah. Yeah, so the I've been doing this for a while, so it feels like, as marketers, right, Mattel is also pandering to different audiences because they're able to visually see how the collectors have evolved, as opposed to like in the 90s, right? Mattel only heard several voices because there was one publication, it was Barbie Bazaar,
Hmm.
and people
Hmm.
that wrote into Barbie Bazaar would have their voices heard because Mattel would see that.
That's
But
right.
there's no one else. Mattel wouldn't be able to see that there's a sample size of people that want, for example, black dolls or petite
Hmm.
dolls
Hmm.
or curvy dolls or whatever it is. But now with social media, now with the
Yes.
internet, the fact that we can comment on influencers'
Everything.
posts,
Yes. That's
and the
right.
designers, I'll bet you the designers were tasked to friend all the collectors online so that they can hear. I'll bet you on that because I don't think that was organic. Uh,
Mm.
Yeah, so you can see that they actually actively engage you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are in touch with Mattel,
Um,
are
as
you?
much as I would like to be,
Mm-hmm.
or as little as I would like to be.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, there's some background to this because so there's this other piece that few people find online, but I was the global head of media strategy for the Transformers brand for 4 years.
Mm, okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, so I was working with Hasbro specifically for
Mm-hmm.
Transformers number four, the movie, but also for the toys, the licensing, the animation, all of that. Um, I love my Transformers, but I think that when your play and your work um, mix,
Yes.
it doesn't become fun anymore. The fact that I wasn't able to tell a lot of
But
Transformers secrets to my Transformers friends. The fact that I could see
ah,
production samples that were beautiful, and then you see them come out in the store shelves, and you're like, "Wait, what? What did they cut? Why?
oh man.
Why is it so cheap
Okay.
and plastic and disgusting?"
Uh-huh.
So I think if I was close to Mattel, if I was on a panel that deliberated whether or not to launch this doll, I really think that that would take a lot of the joy out of
A lot. Yeah,
surprise seeing it on the shelf.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
sense. That
Mhm.
makes sense. All right. What else? Have you ever sold any of your dolls?
Sometimes, but I never do it for money. I do it more for space.
Collector problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you also buy from thrift shops?
Singapore doesn't have any.
Ah,
I want to
really?
I want to say yes, I do. I used to live in Melbourne, and then I lived in the Middle East. Middle East
You've been
obviously had
around.
no thrift shops, but in Melbourne there were,
There were a lot. Yes, there were
and
tiny
I
streets there.
yeah. So I did buy a whole bunch of these, and I was in university, so I was like 20 years old, 18, 19, 20 or something. So
Okay.
I had university students allowance. So what I loved about Australia was that at that point, 1999, I think,
Hmm.
nobody wanted the 80s dolls, and 80s dolls are like my favorite.
Okay.
So
So
I'd
what's the
be in like,
cheapest that you've
yeah,
bought?
I, I mean, the cheap ones are given.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah. So because I can restore, I can
Hmm.
repaint, I can redo hair, I can root hair, I can condition hair, I can do basically everything. So my friends tend to just go like, "Oh, okay, you want this," and then I'll make it good as new.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, a lot of people here in the Philippines do that. Like they repaint, they reroute,
You have some really good talent there, like really, really
right?
good. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
We
So
do.
I
Shout out to
really,
all of them.
yeah, man. I really wish that I had friends that go to the Philippines so that they can
Hmm.
bring stuff for me.
Oh, you know what? We can send it to you. But
Nice.
not now. It's harder now with the
Yeah.
situation
No,
that we're
because
in. But
the problem now, right, is to me it's always about the payment. Because if I buy from a shop, I can use my
mhm,
credit card and that's basically
that's right.
straightforward. But if
That's
I
right.
have a friend that does it for me, I really don't know how this works. So unless my
Okay.
yeah, because there is someone, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Trike Light or Treek Light, Trike if
Uh huh. Uh
Lite,
huh.
I think. I don't even know if it's male or female, but I like the repaint style.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Right.
I'm
Like.
like, I would, yeah, I think so. I mean,
Hmm.
I follow this person on Instagram, and it's basically
Okay.
just like doll faces,
Oh,
and I'm like,
you could always do PayPal. PayPal would be okay.
yeah, but then if you do that, then there's like the 10% thing because I think they take a commission or something.
They take about 4.5%.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not so
I
bad. It's not 10%. It's 4.5.
okay. Anyway, I haven't figured all of these things out yet. So to be very frank,
Okay.
I haven't got any commissions done. I don't dare to because yeah, I'm quite picky.
Mm. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
tricky.
Okay. Okay.
Right, tricky. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone mentioned him. So anyway, all right. What else? So now we can go to, let's see, part of your house. We can show your house, but
Yeah.
since you're renovating, we will do that. We will show pictures instead.
Yeah.
Hang on. So, all right. So you guys can see this is that wall that you're
Same
leaning on
wall.
right now.
Yeah.
Same wall.
Yeah.
So yes, you have all these dolls. Like Monster High. You like Monster High too. There's
I
a big,
did. I did.
yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. So I know who the guy that you're saying. The guy
Okay.
you're
Okay.
saying that you like. You
Are
like
you
the
friends?
repaint. Yes, yes.
Oh my god. Well, say hi. I'm a big fan.
Patrick. His real name is Patrick here.
Okay. Hi, Patrick. I'm a big fan.
He's a big fan. Patrick, he's a big fan. So go talk to him. So anyway, next, let's see. Hang on, because my thing is, I had a video up, but I think it's not loaded. So let's go to the flushable fashion first, so it's easier. So tell us about that.
How do I even start? Wait, I'm actually going to text you a home tour there in the
Oh,
chat.
there. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, while you load that, what I can tell you about the flushable fashion is, first of all, it's a book. So I have a book
Correct.
called Flushable Fashion, and it's available
Okay.
on
Hang on.
Amazon and Book Depository. Um,
Here we go.
it's yeah, there you go. So basically, what it is fashion made of toilet paper, and that's why
Yeah.
it's called flushable fashion. Uh, so this is I mean it's one of those things that you don't believe is happening to you, but
Mhm.
right now from my own research, right, this has
Mhm.
been in Vogue magazine, for goodness sake. It's been in Vogue, it's been in Harper's Bazaar, it's been in Nylon magazine. So it
Fashions
it
like this
yeah so
using. Okay.
yeah, so suddenly it's become like legit. This toilet paper thing has become legit.
Huh.
So this is really just me exercising my hobby.
Hmm.
As
Do you have a background in design?
not at all, not at all.
Couturing? No, not
Nope,
at all.
nope.
Doesn't,
So I knew I wanted to be in
because these are
advertising
pretty
since I
good.
was 16. So I've been studying advertising all the way.
These are
Yeah.
pretty good
Why? Thank you.
for tissue.
Yeah.
Is there a specific tissue that you need to use, or any type of
No.
tissue that
So the
two ply,
background
three
the
ply?
no, no, no. The background to this is I was actually sent to Sri Lanka for 14 days to do something we call agency transformation. So it means that I go from my advertising agency to their advertising agency, and I help
Mm-hmm.
them to make make it a well update their skill sets. So I was there for 14 days, and I brought one doll with me, as I usually do. And the hotel that I was staying in was far away from everywhere. So like no bars, no clubs, no nothing, no malls. um it was nice. It was on a cliff, so nice
Wow.
sunsets,
Yes,
nice sea and
but
all that,
nothing
but
to do.
nothing to do. So I would eat my 7 o'clock cheeseburger from from
Oh
the
my gosh.
yeah. I mean, I'm not into the local food, so
Uh-huh.
yeah. So at 8 o'clock, right, I would actually run out of things to do. So at some point, I accidentally rolled a rosette from toilet
Oh,
paper, and I stuck it onto my doll's shoulder. If you scroll up, you'll see the black and white picture. Uh,
am I
whichever one it was.
scrolling down?
Yeah, you're scrolling down. Scroll up to the black and
Scroll
white
up.
picture. There,
This
that
one?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was actually the first dress. That was the doll that I brought with me to Sri Lanka,
Hmm.
and I just stuck toilet paper onto her and photographed her, put her on Instagram, and
Hmm.
people were like, "Oh, this is nice." So I said, so why don't I just spend 14 days after this making
Doll.
a dress a day? Um, so now if you read about the book, right, I think I've been to 20 cities in 11 countries since then. And
Mm-hmm.
every night
Wow.
I'm away, I make a doll dress every night. From
How long
hotels
does
to
it make
toilet
to
paper.
one dress?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yes, 10 minutes.
What's the shelf life of a dress?
One photo.
One photo. One photo
Yeah.
done.
So the fun thing about this book, as you can see, right, is that it's split into countries. So it
Mm-hmm.
began in Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka inspired me in a certain way because I was by the sea. That's the hotel right now here. That is the hotel. So you can see the kind of mood that it put me in. So what you
Yeah.
see is a lot of like beach wear. You see like big glamorous hats. You see swimsuits. You see there was a wedding going on, so I made a Sri Lankan sari as well because I saw that and it excited me.
Mm-hmm.
So so that inspired me in one way. And then when I went to Hong Kong,
Nice.
I went to like work Hong Kong instead of play Hong Kong. So play Hong Kong for me is very casual, but work Hong Kong for me was suddenly like straight line buildings. And
Ah, I
my Hong
see.
Kong series is like slick, like straight lines. And then I went
Wow.
on a cruise, and the cruise was different, so I like made a cruise collection.
Wow. Oh, so
Yeah,
guys, this book is out in Amazon if you guys want to
yeah.
purchase. Yeah.
Amazon Book Depository, I think it's free shipping.
So this particular book is more of like a lookbook
Yeah,
of like a coffee table book. Okay.
yeah. So I wrote a bit about the country and how it inspired me. So like
Mm-hmm.
Japan origami, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's pictures, 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 pictures.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are there any other materials that you use now
Not
after the?
not in this book. So in this book is very it's tissue based, but
Mm-hmm.
um okay, so I'm Chinese, so we do like Chinese New Year, right? So there's the
Mm-hmm.
red packets that
The
we get.
papers? Yes.
Yeah. So every year I do a series using the red packets that I get from my family. Uh yeah, so
Okay.
that's a Subway wrapper.
I can see. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
it worked out really well with the
Why, thank
colors.
you. Yeah, so that's a Subway wrapper. I've made one with a salad. I made one with okay, my latest one. Do you follow me on Instagram?
Yes, yes.
Okay, have you seen
But
my foil?
no, I haven't. Oh, yes, I have. I have. Yeah, the 50th day and the 51st.
Yes. So there you
Yes,
go.
yes.
I used foil recently. So the new thing that my friends have told me to do is I have a challenge, which is I make a dress a day while we're
Mm-hmm.
in this quarantine period
Mm.
with whatever I find lying around the house. So I've got like balloons, I've got brown paper, I've got wrapping paper, I've got napkins that we haven't used in years, but you know, it's just like in the kitchen drawer kind of thing.
Okay, so guys, this is the Instagram of Jian Yang. This
Yeah.
is the one that he was telling
Yeah.
us.
I logged in.
So I need to log in. All right, so this is
See?
the
Foil.
foil one. Well,
Foil and
this
wrapping
probably
tissue.
lasts longer than the tissue one, right?
It's actually still here, so so yeah.
Ah, I actually like the origami one that you made. Where's that? This one.
Mm, yeah.
This looks like something I would wear actually.
So in the study I've got years worth of origami paper. I don't know why I spend so much money on origami paper, but I I and origami paper never runs out. So during this
Do you
period
actually use it, or you just use it now? You just
I
suddenly like
I
just keep on buying.
occasionally use it, but like you know, it's like you have a stack of 100 of them. You can
Yes,
make
yes.
like five peacocks.
All right. Okay, let's see what else.
Yeah, and this
Ah,
the doll of myself, the evolution of the doll of myself.
oh no, this guy. Oh yeah, I saw the
Yeah,
one picture of you holding this guy actually.
yeah, yeah.
With let's see. All right. Uh, going back to our little thing. Ah, do you have any tie-ups recently?
What do you mean tie-ups?
Like with a museum where you showcase your
Yeah,
dolls?
so I did that last year just before I turned 40 as a little
Mm-hmm.
present to myself. So I did a 3 month exhibition about my dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not on
3 months.
anymore though. Yeah.
Okay.
But also Barbie, Mattel, to celebrate Barbie's 60th birthday did they did 60 dolls in conjunction with Singapore Tourism Board, and I'm one of the designers.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm the only designer that's not a designer.
That would make you so proud too, because yeah, compared to all of them, I have no designer background, but I was
Yeah.
chosen. All right, there's one question here. Did you ever have a phase that you want to quit collecting but ended up coming back?
No, not really. I think there will always be peak periods and lull periods, so I've slowed down for a while, but
Mm-hmm.
you you slow down more because life takes over. So things like your new job, that kind of thing.
Mm.
Um, yeah, but I think
Otherwise, no.
yeah, it's never really gone away because it just never has.
Okay, because like here, especially the new collectors, sometimes they would, see all these dolls and then they get overwhelmed and then they buy so much and then they end up selling them at the end because, they're just overwhelmed and they're just going with the trend. So if you,
Yeah,
yeah,
but I think
there's a lot.
I've done this for long enough to see when prices fluctuate, and I'm like, no, it it hurts me when I know I've paid $100 for something and someone will pay you $20 for it.
Mm,
Yeah, and I'm
okay.
like, nah, I still like it enough.
I mean, with the situation right now, do you see yourself stopping
No, not at
buying dolls?
all. Not at all. In fact, it's got worse.
Oh no, because you're home all the time and you see all your dolls.
Yeah, and then I realized, oh shit, I'm missing this one.
Oh no. Oh, you said you don't go online to buy. So where do you buy?
Private sellers, and
Ah.
one of them lives a 5 minute drive from me.
Oh no. Way too close. Even
Yeah, and by
closer
the
than
way,
Toys R
by the
Us.
way, the other one is 10 minutes away. So
Wow.
thank you,
They're like
Singapore. It's like this big.
they all want to be around you. That's why.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm okay with that because it's like you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Mm, yes. Actually, yeah, it's a small country. I've been there a few times with my kids,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's nice. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, okay. So we can show your house now. I saw there was one video wherein, you were walking up the stairs and you can see the um
There are so many. Oh my god,
I know, right? That's why
so
I
many.
lost it. I lost the link. So anyway, I'll show the one that you showed me.
It shocks me sometimes how many videos there are out there.
All right. So guys, this is
Yeah, so as you can see,
oh
I try
okay.
I try I try to make it as streamlined as possible. I don't want to live in a secondhand shop. So
Mm-hmm.
so if you
Yes.
look at the design aesthetic of it, right, and what you see here on the right is the entrance to the house. It's up a staircase, and the
Okay.
the walls are basically white, so no pictures, no nothing, because
Mm-hmm.
I like the shock value when people come in. So there's this window
Okay.
that you see on your left as you're walking up the staircase, which is what I
All
call the
right.
foreplay window, because because you it's before the holy shit moment.
Yes.
So yeah, so that basically is like the favorite dolls of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the next picture, and that's the kitchen, and the kitchen has nothing in it, which is what I like.
The
And then
kitchen.
you
Hang on.
yeah,
Let's see. So this is the kitchen.
yeah, so this is
Oh
the
wow.
kitchen. So as you can
Your house
see,
is
I
so tidy. There's nothing.
thank you. It's true. That's really what it's like. Uh,
Yeah.
not not
I
a
like
cook,
it.
not a cook
Minimalist.
at all.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
All
think
right.
your eye also always needs a break. So there's also this outdoor area with a pond, where again it's like doll free zone, but there my Avengers live there. So
Mm. They don't get
yeah,
wet.
I don't care. I used to work with Hasbro. They're free. Come on,
All right.
and
Now we
I can replace them anytime.
Well, you said you restore dolls, so maybe you can restore these if they get like crack and stuff.
Yeah, $10. I just buy new ones.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the same wall that we have right now, and
Yep.
this
So
one's
this
the
is the
unit.
living room. So that's one wall. And then there's the showcase on the other side. So this wall doesn't have the glass on it. So these are the ones
Hmm.
that I just take out and play with. And then the more precious ones are the ones with the glass.
Oh, so this is your
Yeah.
kitchen.
Yep. So that's like the dining area. This is the study. So the study's got a paper doll of myself.
Where is that? This
This
one.
one. Yeah. So like there's a paper
Wow.
doll of
Did
myself
Wait,
which I
did you
paint.
buy this? Did you
Nope, I
make
painted
it?
it.
You painted it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's got pieces from my real wardrobe.
Nice. Do you actually have one copy of this just hanging, or do you have another one that's actually cut out?
Oh no, I don't. This is acrylic on canvas, so it's not
Mm.
actually cut out.
No, I was
It's like an
asking if
art
you have
piece by
another one
itself.
that you actually cut out and
I
play
should,
with.
but no.
That's pretty interesting thing you have. Okay, this
And then
one.
the wardrobe also has toys in it, so you can see that there's like a bunch of shirts. But so
Yes.
the wardrobe is six, no, seven doors. So this is two, and then it goes round the
Okay.
room. But
Uh-huh.
like the favorite dolls lived there for a while. So at the moment it's Blythe and 80s dolls.
Nice. Do you actually move these to the another place and then put more dolls that you actually like for that time being?
Yeah, yeah. The
Wow.
specific shelf as at you can see at the hat level that was
Hmm.
custom made for the 80s dolls. So my first doll, my first series, I guess, they live there and they've got their own spotlight
Okay. Wow. Do you actually have an inventory of your dolls
in my head.
in your head? Oh my. Do you actually know, like, do you remember the value of the doll?
Yeah,
You do.
yeah, but it doesn't matter to me if that makes sense. I think a lot of collectors take joy out of the hobby by concentrating on value.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I don't like the idea of it because Silkstone for me was a $59 doll in Singapore when she was here. The first one, they were $59. Silkstone prices went up to $1,000.
Oh
A
my.
thousand dollars.
Wait, are
And
you talking about the limited edition ones
yeah, the
or
the lingerie ones.
the laundry? Yes, that's right. Those are
Yeah, so
expensive.
they were like $1,000, and I'm like, okay, so can you imagine if I sold them at $1,000 back then, but then I'll live a few years without them?
That's
Would
true.
would I really want that? I don't know.
You will have buyer's regret,
Yeah, or vice versa,
collector's
because
regret. Yes.
because if I bought them for $1,000 and now they're back down to $60,
Mm.
then
Yes.
yeah,
All right. Let's
yeah.
continue. So this one is
So that's
the.
the storage area. So what you see here are three cupboards, but there are nine of these, six dolls deep, and again favorites to the front. These are all the ones that I just don't put on display. They're just storage.
Wow.
Nine closets of storage.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For the $72 that you brought in, is that not even that
Yeah.
much compared to all this?
Yeah.
You need an. I mean, did you make a space for your house to extend just in case in the future?
No, no. I think that I first of all, Singapore property is not
Wow.
affordable.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's small. So I think small space living, you just get used to it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What's your typical toy store run? Like, how many dolls do you purchase in a month?
In a month, I, it depends what's in the shops because when there's new stuff, like the Puma fashions came out, so I bought eight of them. I bought two of each.
Hmm. Of
When
course.
fashionistas come, I just do the whole of Orchard Road,
Uh huh.
and I go from toy store to toy store to toy store to toy
Wow.
store, and I'm like, okay, I bought number 131. Where's number 132? And
Oh wow. So that
yeah,
takes it up like the whole day just to shop with that then,
yeah,
or a couple days.
yeah. But it's your hobby, so like you just
Nice.
enjoy the process.
Uh huh. Okay.
Yeah,
You have dolls that are still on in its box that you
yeah,
don't debox, right? And
yeah,
then you
yeah.
have dolls that you do debox.
Yes. So like,
Okay.
if I can just do this without knocking anything over. So if you look here, there, that's my box wall. I
Ah,
don't. What am
yes.
I doing?
Wow.
There. Yes. So it's an engineering marvel.
Is it just on top of each other, or do you have a
Yes, and
shelf
no
there?
shelf, no shelf.
Oh my. So you
Yeah.
can
So
never
that
take those down. How are you gonna
I
take those
can. I
down?
I I have my way.
Wow. Has it happened that it like fell over?
Yeah. But it's
Oh
okay.
man, I'm gonna cry if it does. All right. Well, how about playing? What do you actually do when you play? I mean, the collectors here, they remove the dolls from the box, they get together, they dress up the dolls, they repaint, they reroute.
Yeah,
What do
I've
you do?
seen that. I think the Philippine scene is very active. It's almost like the Indonesian scene.
Mm,
Singapore scene isn't very much like that. So the collectors don't meet. The
mm-hmm.
first time that I saw all collectors in one place was at my exhibition.
Wow.
Yeah. And to be very frank, I didn't know who most of them were because
Uh-huh.
the PR company is the one that found all of the influencers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for me, I redo hair. I don't really reroute. I don't like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Redo hair. I just mix and match the clothes. I Instagram quite a lot. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but that's
Do you sew?
basic.
No, you don't sew.
No, no,
No, no.
no. It keeps me sane.
Okay.
If I started sewing, I think I'd just be at home all day. I'll never leave the house.
So where do
Yeah.
you buy like one of a kind clothes there for your dolls?
Uh,
Are there
I
specific like stores there?
I hadn't done it in the whole history of my collecting, and then I met this one guy that he teaches pattern making in Beijing University. He's what is he? He's Hungarian,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually came to Singapore, and he brought some of his clothes because he wanted to put them on my dolls and photograph them and put them on his Instagram. And then
Mm-hmm.
I looked at his clothes and they were lined, they fit perfectly, they were perfect, the perfectest clothes you've ever seen in your life. And his design aesthetic is very much what I like. So I'm not someone that likes big frilly dresses. I'm not someone that
Mm-hmm.
likes, so I like very slick. I like modern. I like almost designer, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what he does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do
So
buy from him now
yeah,
instead.
now yeah.
Okay. This is the name of the guy that you wanted.
Okay,
Patrick Anthony Soriano Miranda.
okay, nice.
All right. Do you okay, let's see if what else. Give us your top 5 Barbie designer collaboration.
Okay, so Moschino is the new favorite. Karl
Mhm.
Lagerfeld is one of them. Oh, Mark, hey.
Oh, you're friends
I
with
I
him.
think I bought something from him.
Okay.
I think so. So Moschino, Karl Lagerfeld. I really like the Sophia Webster one. I know nobody really likes it, but I like the Sophia Webster one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Surprisingly, the the ones that nobody really knows about. So Reem Akra,
Film Accra. Oh yeah,
yeah,
that one's
that
really
one.
pretty one.
That one is really nice. And Monique, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Houlier, Monique Houlier with
Like,
the
well,
L. Yeah,
I actually I don't really know how to pronounce it either.
but that
Uh,
one.
okay, yes, that's right. But what you're mentioning right now are like wedding dresses type of.
No, not really. Sophia Webster's not really a wedding dress thing. Karl
Mhm.
Lagerfeld's not.
That's true.
Moschino's
That's
not.
true.
But only those two ones are wedding dress ones.
Yeah, the last two that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Do you have that platinum edition, Carl?
Yes.
You do.
I
It was so
do.
hard to get that.
Yeah,
Prices skyrocketed for that.
yeah.
Okay.
But I'm again, as someone that's been doing this for a while, right? The
Mhm.
interest in her will drop. I promise you, it will drop.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't think there's any doll that just keeps on going up and up and up and up.
That's right. That's true. I
Yeah.
mean, there are dolls that kind of stay in a certain
Yeah,
price.
yeah, but no doll has stayed in that $1,000 space because
Yes.
the world has also sort of become so much more affluent, right? So
Mm.
if you look at the new Met Gala one, if you look at the Sophia Webster, for example, Sophia Webster you can't find at all,
Yes.
right? So
That's the one with the leopard.
the shoes.
Yes, that's
No,
right.
no, no.
No.
That's Charlotte Olympia.
Ah, which one is Sophia
Yeah.
Webster?
See,
Tell me.
she's very obscure. You can Google her. You can Google her now. You're on the computer.
Yes, I am on the computer.
Yes.
Hang
So
on,
like
I will Google it for our
yeah,
feed.
so like Sophia Webster Barbie, then you have to say doll.
Ah. No, yeah, I remember this doll when it came out.
Mm.
I remember
So
it. It wasn't so long ago too.
yeah, yeah.
This one, it wasn't so long ago. I remember it.
Now actually I'm
Well,
oh look, eBay. Okay, how much is she?
dun dun dun.
I cannot see that.
$1,500.
Oh, is that all $1,500? It's
Oh, shh.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. She was a $200 doll.
Yeah, eBay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you've never bought it from eBay, I'm guessing.
No, I don't have an eBay account.
Ah,
It's how
all
I
right.
save money.
That's true.
I mean, I
Yeah,
have to
but it's
pay
so
for
hard.
food
Like
occasionally.
for us here in the Philippines, it's not easy to acquire dolls that have already been released and out of stock,
Hmm?
unless you go to like eBay and
Uh,
secondary market.
like it's actually the same in Singapore.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
See, we don't have people lining up in front of our house saying buy our doll. But yeah. Anyway,
yeah, so I think I was just very lucky because like
you are.
right,
Yeah.
because of how much let's just say how many dolls I buy on Net-a-Porter.
Ah, yes, at the porter. Yes.
Porter. I have a personal shopper,
Ah, you do.
and he
Nice.
and he basically tells me when stuff is coming, and he'll just tell me
Uh-huh.
this one ships from the Hong Kong one, and this one
Uh-huh.
ships from the
Yes.
UK one.
Yes.
So if you're buying from the Hong Kong one, there's a certain time that they put it
Right.
online.
Right.
If you
Right.
buy from the
Sometimes
UK,
you know what? Sometimes they don't do it right on the dot. Like they would say it would come out at 12. You would see it at 11:30. So by the time you get to
correct,
it, it's gone.
correct. So this guy helps me. He explains these things to me,
Hmm.
and then he also has the power to just put it in my cart.
Wow. I want to be that guy.
Yeah, me too. But if I was that guy, I just buy them all myself.
Huh. All right. Let's see. I think we're almost done for the night. Uh, they're asking how do you organize your doll? I mean, how do you maintain the dolls with such a
Organize.
large
Okay, how
collection?
I mean, if you look around, right, it's actually already very organized. So I like to put sets together,
Mm-hmm.
um, and maybe themes together. So like all the fashion dolls live together, all the silkstones live together, all the celebrities live together. Um, TV celebrities are different from movie celebrities, so they're on a different shelf.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you actually have like a dollhouse or no? Just these
No,
shelves? No, you
no.
don't have a dollhouse.
Yeah, I mean, from my teenhood, I had a bunch of them. I still do. They're in my parents' house, but they're
Mm-hmm.
like dismantled and in boxes. I don't really. I I'm not someone that likes to play dollhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Is
my dolls
there a do's
don't go on
and
dates.
don'ts? Do's and don'ts to keep in mind when you store your dolls.
Storage definitely away from sunlight. But I think Philippines, if I'm not wrong, is very similar to Singapore in terms of the weather.
It
So,
is.
not all of us have the luxury to be in aircon houses all the time.
Right,
So the
right.
humidity actually will damage not just the doll but the packaging as well.
Hmm.
So if you've got dolls from the 90s, you would see things like the transparent cover, the clear plastic
Yes.
becoming not transparent anymore.
Yes, yes, that's
You'll
right.
also see your bodies, the doll bodies crumbling.
Okay.
It will start with the arms. So I think you just have to bear that in mind. The the reality is that I don't think we can get away from it
Yes,
in
yes.
our climate, but you can preserve them for as long as you can.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last one. This is probably the last of the questions that we have. If there's one doll that you have to give up for an auction, which one will it be?
It depends on what the objective of the auction is. Because if it's to raise money, right, I think what we do is you use the hype that the book and the toilet paper dresses have got,
Mm-hmm.
and I would actually give one of those away instead. Because I think that will raise a bit more conversation, it'll raise a bit more money than something that you could just buy from eBay.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
would what would you think would be the doll that has the most value in your collection for the
If
auction?
No, I mean, if it's the one that I paid the most for,
Yes.
it's from one of those Singaporean auctions. So Mattel used to be very active in the 2000s, in the early 2000s, and they used to do a lot of designer collaborations. So they had like Swarovski collections, they had local bridal designer collections, and they would sell all of those up for auction. So
Mm-hmm.
one of my pieces, which I bought at the auction, cost $3,600. But the money all
Wow.
went to charity, so it's fine. Um, yeah, it was actually to launch the Silkstone lingerie dolls, so that was
Mm-hmm.
exactly in the year 2000. Um, and the doll was $59, but
Wow.
but I paid 3,006 for it.
1,600.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Singapore dollars, by the way. That's like 2,200 US.
So it's about like 100,000
Yeah,
pesos. Okay,
yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah, but I think but that's now that's the most I've ever paid for a doll. But I think there are dolls here that are worth a bit more because like
Okay.
the life ball dolls. So
Mm-hmm.
Christian Lacroix, Vivian Westwood, and Valentino. I've got all of those. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I didn't pay the $10,000 price tags on them. On them. Yeah, I got them when the life ball happened. So yeah,
Okay, that's nice.
yeah.
All right. I don't see any more questions from our viewers. We have like 30 viewers, so
Ooh,
yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for tonight. I had so much fun
great.
talking to you. I hope you had fun talking to us.
Yes, yes, I did. I did.
Yes, thank you so much for doing this.
Great, no
You know,
problem.
if you need anything, like if you need anything from the Philippines, you can just chat me up. I mean, I do send out stuff abroad.
But what do you do? Like, you mean those customized ones, or can you actually find the Philippine Island dolls?
Oh,
I,
there are people with those here
I want
selling them.
I want them so bad. The Philippine Island dolls and the Philippine, the Flores de
Yes,
Mayo,
yes, yes.
that series, the ones that come in the little hexagon box,
Mm-hmm.
and the tribal ones.
Ah, okay, okay. I saw someone selling it at one of our we have a group. We have several pages on Facebook where we trade and sell and stuff. I've seen
Okay.
floating around.
Well, think of me. I have PayPal. Yeah, but because
All right.
I mean, the tribal series has 12 dolls. Flores de Mayo has like ridiculous, like $10 or $12 or something.
Yes, yes,
And
yes, yes.
the Philippine Island dolls just went on through the 90s, right? So there
Yes,
has to
yes.
be at least
The
like,
small boxed one, like
yeah,
the thin
yeah,
one. That's right. Yes,
yeah. So
yes.
I think what they do with Richwell is that they use scrap fabric. So they have a few that are quite similar, but then others like variants.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
I would really like basically all of them. I've
There's
only
one
got,
collection that's pretty expensive now, I think. The Patis Tesor, do you have that?
what's that?
But it's hang on. Let me Google it for sure. It's Barbie. It's Filipino. Hang. Oops. There we go. Let me take
Which
it
one?
out.
Is that the fourth picture?
These dolls.
Yes, so they come in the hexagon boxes, right?
Yes, yes, yes. They do.
Yes. So I don't have those.
Ah, do you want them?
Yes, please.
Guys, you anyone with this, hit up our friend here. He wants them.
Yes. So I've probably only got about um 30 dolls from the Philippines. Um
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes,
So
these
see
are the
things like
ones.
this, I don't have them.
But you have this, I'm sure.
Yeah, this
This
one.
this is a more recent one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. You know what he's looking for.
I mean,
All right.
since this is specifically to a Filipino audience, right? So like this is something
Yes,
that you can't just speak to any random American about. You can actually you
that's right.
actually now know Filipinos that know dolls.
Yes, that's right. Because these sales, I don't think the collectors in the US, at
Yeah,
least the people who don't who started collecting now, probably don't know these.
yeah.
They were cheap too. I think they were
I
being sold
know they
by
were like play line.
yes. I think the
Yeah,
the last one I bought was only $20, and it's like this big, 20 US dollars. So it's not so bad.
yeah. It's not bad.
All right. So that's it. That's for that. All right. I think that's
Nice.
it for tonight.
Okay, great.
All right, great. Thanks. Thanks for having a chat with us and sharing
No
your
problem.
life. All right. Thank
All right.
you.
Okay. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.